There were moments when I felt like giving up, when the weight of my struggles seemed unbearable and the road ahead looked impossible. I had no hand to hold, no one to lean on. But I refused to stop. I did it alone. Through every hardship, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt, I kept going. When people doubted me, I kept going. When I failed, I stood back up and kept going. I learned that strength isn't about having an army behind you, it's about standing tall even when no one is watching. It's about trusting yourself when the world questions your path. Yes, the journey was lonely. Yes, the obstacles were overwhelming, but I didn't stop. I didn't wait for permission. I didn't ask for approval. I built myself up step by step, brick by brick. And today I stand here not because it was easy, not because I help, but because I refuse to quit. Because I chose resilience over comfort. Progress over excuses. There are moments in life when you find yourself standing alone, facing battles that no one else can see. The weight of the world feels heavy on your shoulders, and there is no one there to share the burden. You look around hoping for a helping hand, a voice of encouragement, or even a simple sign that you are not alone. But all you find is silence. The road ahead looks long and uncertain, filled with obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. And yet somehow you must keep moving forward. It is in these moments that true strength is tested, when there is no support, when no one believes in you, when even you start questioning your own abilities. That is when the fire within must burn the brightest. It is easy to keep going when you have people cheering you on. But when there is no applause, when the world seems indifferent to your struggles, that is when your determination must take over. You learn to find strength in your solitude, to rely on nothing but your willpower and your dreams. The nights are the hardest when doubts creep in and fear whispers that you are not good enough, that you will never make it. You replay every failure, every mistake, every moment when giving up seemed like the better option. But even in those dark moments, something deep inside refuses to let go. There is a voice, a spark, a feeling that tells you to push just a little more, to take just one more step. You remember all the times you wanted to quit but didn't. You recall the sacrifices you made, the pain you endured, the loneliness that became a companion rather than an enemy. You realize that while others had support, you had yourself, and that had to be enough. So you keep going, step by step, with no clear destination, just a burning desire to move forward. People often talk about success as if it comes easily, as if there is a clear path paved with guidance and reassurance, but for some there is no roadmap, no guiding light, just the harsh reality that if they do not push themselves, no one else will. If they do not keep going, they will remain stuck in the same place while the world moves on without them. Every day becomes a test of endurance, waking up with no guarantee of success. Only the promise of another battle, another challenge, another chance to prove yourself. You become your own motivator, your own coach, your own friend, because no one else will fight for your dreams the way you will. You stop waiting for someone to save you because you realize no one is coming It is up to you and you alone. There is a special kind of power in knowing that you built yourself from nothing, that every achievement, every step forward was earned through your own resilience. It is not just about reaching a goal, it is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than every challenge that tried to break you. You become unstoppable, not because you have never fallen, but because every time you did, you got back up on your own. One day you look back at all the struggles, all the lonely nights, all the moments of doubt, and you realize they made you who you are today. The pain, the rejection, the failures were not the end of your story, they were the foundation for your success. And as you stand stronger than ever, you know that while the journey was difficult, while the road was long, you did it alone and you never stopped moving forward. Life is filled with challenges, struggles, and obstacles that test every part of who you are. There are moments when everything seems to fall apart, when no matter how much effort you put in, things refuse to go your way. You try, you fail, you try again, and still the progress is slow, almost invisible. It is in these moments that resilience and perseverance become the most important qualities that separate those who give up from those who push through. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, it is about facing them head on and refusing to be defeated by them. It is about standing tall even when everything around you is trying to knock you down. It is the ability to take a hit, to experience disappointment, failure, and pain, yet still find the strength to move forward. It does not mean you do not feel the weight of hardship. It does not mean you do not break down sometimes. But it does mean that no matter how many times life tries to crush you, you rise again. Perseverance is the ability to keep going even when the road ahead is uncertain, when the results are not immediate, when every part of you wants to stop. It is the voice inside you that whispers one more step, one more try, one more push, even when you are exhausted. Even when you have no reason to believe that things will change. It is refusing to accept failure as the final outcome. It is about having the patience to work through obstacles without knowing exactly when success will come. The journey toward any meaningful goal is never smooth. It is full of setbacks, moments of doubt, and situations that test your willpower. You may encounter rejection, people may doubt you, circumstances may seem impossible to overcome, but resilience allows you to see failure not as an end, but as a lesson, a stepping stone toward growth. Each failure, each setback, each struggle is not there to stop you, but to shape you into someone stronger, more capable, more determined. There will be times when you feel like you are moving in circles, that no matter how hard you try, nothing is changing. It is easy to feel discouraged, easy to start questioning whether your efforts are worth it. But true perseverance is continuing to push forward even when the progress is invisible. It is believing in your own potential even when there is no proof yet that success is coming. It is choosing to trust the process, to keep working, to keep learning, to keep growing. One of the hardest things about perseverance is the loneliness that comes with it. When you are on a path that is challenging, when you are chasing a dream that others do not understand, You often have to walk alone. There may not be applause, there may not be encouragement. Sometimes the only support you have is your own belief in yourself. That is when resilience becomes essential, when you must rely on your own inner strength to push forward, even when no one else believes in you. Resilience is also about adapting to challenges instead of letting them break you. Sometimes things do not go as planned. Sometimes you have to take a different route, adjust your strategy, learn new skills. But giving up is never the answer. The ability to stay flexible, to keep finding new ways to move forward, is what ultimately leads to success. Those who persevere are not the ones who never struggle, they are the ones who refuse to let struggles define them. Every successful person has faced countless failures before achieving their goals. Every strong individual has endured hardships before reaching a place of stability. The difference is that they did not stop when things got hard, they kept going. They stayed resilient, they persevered even when they had every reason to quit. One day, when you look back at everything you have overcome, you will realize that every struggle was worth it. Every failure was a lesson. Every moment of doubt was an opportunity to grow. The path may not be easy, but it is in the challenges that you discover your true strength. And when you refuse to give up, when you keep moving forward, no matter what stands in your way, you will see that resilience and perseverance were the keys to everything you achieved. There is a power within you that is greater than any obstacle you will ever face. It is the belief in yourself, the unshakable confidence that no matter what happens, no matter how difficult things become, you have what it takes to overcome it. Self-belief is not something that is given to you, it is something you must develop, something you must fight for, something you must protect even when the world tries to take it away from you. From the moment you decide to chase a goal or follow a dream, there will be doubts. Doubts from others, doubts from society, and even doubts from within yourself. You will hear people say that you are not good enough, that you do not have what it takes, that success is for others but not for you. The voice in your own head might whisper the same fears, telling you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that you should stop before you embarrass yourself. But self-belief is about standing firm in the face of these doubts and refusing to let them define you. There is no shortcut to success, no easy road to achieving something great. Every person who has ever accomplished anything meaningful had to first believe that they could do it before anyone else did. Self-belief is the foundation of every achievement, every breakthrough, every victory. It is the force that pushes you to keep going when the odds are stacked against you. When nothing seems to be working, when you feel like giving up, the world will test your belief in yourself again and again. You will face rejection, failure, setbacks, and moments of deep frustration. It is easy to believe in yourself when things are going well, when success comes easily, when you are surrounded by support. But the real test of self-belief comes when you are struggling, when nothing seems to be going right, when you feel like you are failing over and over again. That is when you must hold on to your belief the most. That is when you must remind yourself that every failure is a step closer to success, that every setback is temporary, that you are capable of overcoming anything as long as you do not give up. Many people never reach their full potential not because they lack talent or ability, but because they do not believe in themselves enough to keep going. They let fear hold them back. They let self-doubt convince them to settle for less than they are capable of. They wait for someone else to validate them, to tell them they are good enough, to give them permission to succeed. But the truth is, no one is going to give you that permission. No one is going to believe in you if you do not first believe in yourself. Self-belief is not arrogance. It is not about thinking you are better than others. It is about knowing that you are worthy, that you are capable, that you have something valuable to offer the world. It is about trusting yourself, even when others doubt you, about having the courage to take risks, to make mistakes, to keep pushing forward even when it feels like everything is against you. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to stop waiting for external validation, to stop seeking approval from others, and to start believing in your own worth. Your dreams, your goals, your ambitions matter, and you do not need anyone else to tell you that you are capable of achieving them. The only validation you need is the belief that you have within yourself the quiet yet powerful conviction that you can and will succeed. Building self-belief is not something that happens overnight. It is something that grows with every small victory, with every challenge you overcome, with every time you push yourself past your limits, every time you face a fear, every time you take a step forward despite your doubts. You are strengthening your belief in yourself. It is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Imagine what your life could look like if you truly believed in yourself. If you silenced the doubts, if you ignored the negativity, if you trusted yourself completely, what could you accomplish? What risks would you take? What dreams would you finally pursue? The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the belief that you can achieve it. One day you will look back on your journey and realize that every moment of doubt, every struggle, every time you felt like giving up was just another opportunity to prove to yourself that you were capable, that you were strong, that you were always enough. And in that moment you will understand that self-belief was the key to everything you ever wanted. Life is not just about reaching the destination, it is about the journey, the process, the experiences that shape who you are. Every step you take, every challenge you face, every moment of joy and struggle is part of a greater path that leads to growth and transformation. Too often people focus only on the end goal, thinking that happiness and fulfillment exist only in the final achievement. But true fulfillment comes from embracing the journey itself, from finding meaning in the process rather than just the outcome. There will be times when the road feels long, uncertain, and even frustrating. You may wonder if you are making any progress, if all your effort is worth it, if you should just give up and take an easier path. But the truth is that every struggle, every setback, every delay is shaping you in ways you may not even realize. The lessons you learn along the way, the strength you build, resilience you develop, all of it is just as important as the goal itself. When you embrace the journey, you begin to understand that success is not about rushing to the finish line, but about becoming the person you are meant to be along the way. You start to see that every obstacle is an opportunity, every failure is a lesson, every delay is a chance to grow. Instead of constantly worrying about the future, you learn to appreciate the present, to find joy in the small moments, to recognize that the path you are on is just as valuable as the destination you are working toward. So many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting to feel ready. But life does not wait. The journey is happening now, in this moment. And if you do not embrace it, you risk missing the beauty of it all. The experiences, the people you meet, the knowledge you gain, the growth you undergo. These are the things that truly matter. These are the things that shape your story. There will be detours, unexpected turns, moments that do not go as planned, and that is okay. The journey is not meant to be perfect. It is meant to challenge you, to push you, to force you out of your comfort zone. It is in those moments of uncertainty that you find your true strength. It is when things do not go according to plan that you discover new paths, new possibilities, new parts of yourself that you never knew existed. Embracing the journey also means letting go of the fear of failure. Too many people hold themselves back because they are afraid of making mistakes, afraid of looking foolish, afraid of not succeeding right away. But failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. Every great achievement, every remarkable story of success is built on a foundation of failures and setbacks. What matters is not whether you fail, but whether you keep going, whether you learn from your mistakes, whether you refuse to let obstacles define you. There is no perfect path, no straight road to success. Everyone's journey is different, and that is what makes it beautiful. Comparing yourself to others, to where they are, to what they have accomplished, will only take away from your own experience. Your path is unique, and it is unfolding exactly as it is meant to. Instead of focusing on how far you still have to go, take a moment to appreciate how far you have already come. Think about the challenges you have overcome, the growth you have experienced, the lessons you have learned. Those things matter just as much as the final achievement. The journey is also about finding joy in the process. If you only allow yourself to be happy when you reach your goal, you will spend most of your life feeling unfulfilled. True happiness comes from finding meaning in the steps you take along the way, from appreciating the hard work, the effort, the dedication, from celebrating the small wins, not just the big victories. One day you will look back on your journey and realize that the struggles, the moments of doubt, the unexpected twists were all necessary. They were not obstacles, they were the path itself. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of perseverance brought you to where you were meant to be. And when you understand that, you will see that the journey was never just about reaching the destination. It was about becoming the person you were always meant to be. Independence is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop. It is the ability to stand on your own, to make decisions for yourself, to rely on your own abilities and instincts rather than constantly seeking approval or support from others. The power of independence is not just about being alone, it is about knowing that you are capable of facing life's challenges without fear or hesitation. It is about trusting yourself even when the world around you is uncertain. From a young age, people are taught to depend on others for guidance and support. While there is nothing wrong with seeking help, there comes a point when a person must learn to trust their own judgment, to take responsibility for their own choices, to believe that they can handle whatever comes their way. The journey to independence is not always easy. It requires strength, resilience, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. It requires you to face difficulties without expecting someone else to solve them for you. Independence gives you the freedom to pursue your dreams without waiting for permission. It allows you to take control of your life, to decide what direction you want to go, and to move forward with confidence. Many people never reach their full potential because they are afraid to break away from what is familiar. They stay in situations that no longer serve them. They wait for someone to tell them what to do. They let fear keep them from taking risks. But true independence means refusing to be held back by doubt or fear. It means believing in yourself enough to take action even when no one else is there to guide you. There will be times when walking your own path feels lonely, when the responsibility of making your own decisions feels overwhelming. But with independence comes strength. The more you rely on yourself, the more you realize how capable you truly are. You begin to see that you do not need constant validation from others, that you do not have to depend on anyone else to create the life you want. You learn that your happiness, your success, your future is in your own hands. Independence also teaches resilience. When you face a challenge on your own, you do not have the option to give up or wait for someone else to fix it. You have to figure things out for yourself, find solutions, push through difficulties. Every struggle you overcome on your own makes you stronger. Every obstacle you face alone builds your confidence. Every time you prove to yourself that you can handle something without help, you become more powerful. There is a sense of pride that comes with knowing that you are capable of standing on your own. It is a feeling of freedom, of strength, of knowing that you are not tied down by the opinions or expectations of others. You do not have to rely on anyone to make you feel secure because you have built that security within yourself. This kind of independence is not about shutting people out or refusing help when it is needed. It is about knowing that while support from others can be valuable, you do not need it to survive or succeed. Many people fear independence because it requires stepping into the unknown. It requires making mistakes, taking risks, learning through experience rather than being guided every step of the way. But this is how real growth happens. The most successful people, the strongest people, the ones who truly achieve their dreams, are those who have learned to rely on themselves. They do not wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own. They do not wait for someone else to solve their problems. They find solutions on their own. They do not let fear stop them from moving forward because they trust that no matter what happens, they have the strength to handle it. Independence also means having control over your own happiness. Many people go through life depending on others to make them feel fulfilled. They rely on relationships, on approval, on external validation to feel whole. But when you are independent, your happiness comes from within. You do not need someone else to make you feel valuable because you already know your worth. You do not need external success to feel confident because you have built that confidence from within. You do not need constant reassurance because you trust yourself. Being independent does not mean you have to do everything alone or never accept help. It simply means that your life, your choices, your success are in your own hands. It means knowing that while support from others can be beneficial, your strength does not come from them, it comes from within you. The power of independence is the ability to take charge of your own life, to move forward without hesitation, to trust yourself no matter what obstacles arise. It is about being free from fear, free from doubt, free to create the life you truly want on your own terms. Living a life that inspires others is one of the most meaningful things a person can do. It is not about being perfect or having everything figured out. It is about showing strength in the face of adversity, pushing forward when things seem impossible, and proving that resilience, determination, and kindness can make a real difference in the world. Inspiration does not come from grand gestures alone, but from the way a person carries themselves, from the choices they make, from the impact they leave on those around them. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has faced struggles, moments of doubt, times when they wanted to give up. But the people who choose to keep going, who refuse to let obstacles define them, who rise after every fall, these are the people who inspire others the most. When someone sees another person overcome hardships and still move forward, it gives them hope. It reminds them that they too can push through, that they too have the strength to face their own battles. Inspiration is powerful because it creates a ripple effect. When one person chooses to be strong in the face of difficulty, others see that strength and it encourages them to be strong as well. When one person chooses to believe in themselves despite doubt and fear, others begin to believe in themselves too. It is a cycle that continues, lifting people up, empowering them to strive for more, and helping them realize that they are capable of more than they ever imagined. Some of the most inspiring people in the world are not those with fame or fortune, but those who lead by example in their everyday lives. The single parent who works tirelessly to provide for their children, the student who refuses to give up despite struggling with their studies, the worker who continues to chase their dreams even when the odds are against them, the friend who offers kindness and support even when they are facing their own struggles. These are the people who make a difference, not because they seek recognition, but because they show others that strength and perseverance are possible. Being an inspiration to others does not mean having all the answers or never making mistakes. It means being real, being honest about struggles, and showing that failure is not the end but a stepping stone to something greater. People do not connect with perfection, they connect with authenticity, with stories of perseverance, with examples of resilience. The most inspiring people are those who are willing to share their journey, the highs and the lows, the victories and the setbacks, because in doing so they remind others that they are not alone. It is not always easy to be an example for others. There will be times when the weight of responsibility feels overwhelming, when self-doubt creeps in, when it feels easier to give up than to keep going. But the truth is that even in those moments, even in times of struggle, there is inspiration to be found. Because pushing through difficulties, refusing to be defeated by circumstances, choosing to rise again, and again, that in itself is inspiring. One of the most important aspects of inspiring others is leading with kindness. True inspiration does not come from arrogance or superiority, but from a genuine desire to lift others up, to help them see their own potential, to remind them of their own strength. A person who chooses to encourage rather than criticize, to support rather than judge, to uplift rather than tear down, creates an environment where others feel empowered to do the same. When people see kindness in action, they are reminded of its importance and they are inspired to spread it in their own way. Another way to inspire others is by embracing personal growth. Those who are always striving to improve, to learn, to evolve, show others that growth is a lifelong journey, that it is never too late to change, to chase a dream, to become better. The willingness to step outside of comfort zones, to take risks, to face fears and come out stronger is something that motivates others to do the same. Growth is not always easy, but it is necessary. And those who embrace it show others that transformation is possible. The world is full of people who need encouragement, who need to see that success is possible even after failure, who need to believe that they are capable of overcoming their own struggles. By choosing to live a life of strength, perseverance, and kindness, by refusing to let hardships define you, by continuing to push forward no matter what you become, a source of hope and motivation for others. Sometimes simply by being yourself, by sharing your journey, by refusing to give up, you inspire others to find their own strength, to chase their own dreams, to believe in their own potential, and that is a legacy worth leaving behind. In the end, true inspiration comes from living with resilience, perseverance, self-belief, and independence. It is about embracing the journey with all its struggles and triumphs and showing others that they too have the strength to overcome their challenges. The power of independence